Welcome back, everybody. This Week in America on the Blue Funk Broadcasting Radio Network. Great to have you with us on the program today. Back with us, Nanette Sagastume. She's the wife of a Vietnam veteran, mother of an Iraq war veteran. She's a nurse, author of We Also Serve, a book about her family's experiences during the war in Iraq. Books and movies have done a good job depicting the experiences soldiers have had in modern wars, including the conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq. Less well known, though, are the sacrifices their families have made on their behalf here at home. That's what Nanette talks about in her new book, We Also Serve. Website, by the way, is wealsoserve.com. Nanette, welcome back to the program. Great to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
You know, one of the things that's really interesting is we are living now in an era of instant communication, instant news. In terms of the families, is that good, bad, or both?
Both. It's both. It gave us the relief of having heard from our son, having spoken to him. It also gave us the opportunity to tell him each time that we loved him in case that was the last time we got to speak to him. But it also brought with it the immediacy of his environment. He would call oftentimes at 2 a.m. and then tell us he had to hang up because he was about to go on patrol. And then that meant that we would know in real time that he was actually in danger while he was in danger. And that's unique to this time in war. No other wars had that happen. My husband has a mixed opinion about whether it's good to have so much immediate access. He feels that keeps the military person connected to the home front and keeps them from fully bonding with their peers on the battlefield. I have no way of knowing one way or the other, but he feels that it really is not a good thing for morale on the field.
You're listening to This Week in America. Nanette Sagastume is back with us on the program. Her book is We Also Serve, a book about her family's experiences during the war in Iraq. One thing we talked about in the last program, and you talk about extensively in the book, and the book is available at Amazon, at Barnes & Noble, online, and as well as the website, wealsoserve.com. You talked about you really feel families deserve more credit, really need to give themselves more credit for what they're going through while they have someone who's deployed.
I have a military family support group that I started back in 2001. And as we've gone through the years, we have more people whose children have left the service. They've done their time, they're gone. And many parents still return to the group, and they often will talk about how hard it is for their child and etc. But I think what they don't give themselves credit for is the fact that they too were traumatized during this deployment, and several of them have had multiple deployments, because the families, because of this immediate access to communication, the families are in tension 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are aware of action when it happens. And so they are always under stress, and some of them have had children who've had unusual and difficult experiences. In our case, our son, his platoon was hit by a suicide bomber, and he had called home immediately, not immediately, but like 12 hours later, and talked to us to reassure us that he was okay. But I think because he was still somewhat in shock himself, he started to describe exactly what he had seen and all the graphic images that were on that field as he came up to the vehicle that had been bombed. And interestingly, he does not remember doing that. He swears he didn't do it, but he did. And that I felt was very traumatizing, because not only did I know he was in danger and I knew that bombing had happened when it happened, but I also had the visual that that I was imagining as he described it. And I found that very traumatizing, and I felt enormous grief for the families of the Marines who were killed. And it took me months to dial that back, that reaction.
We've got just a couple minutes left. Time goes by so quickly. We're talking with Nanette Sagastume, author of the book We Also Serve. It's a help to families who have sons and daughters who are deployed, involved in conflict around the world. The book is available at our website, wealsoserve.com. Of course, you can go to our website, thisweekinamerica.us, and link on there as well. In the time we have left, again, a couple of minutes, how has your life changed, your husband's life changed? And I know that you've been quite active in doing some things with deployed families in your area.
I just feel like I can almost take a timeline through my life, and there's before the Iraq deployment and there's after. And interestingly enough, I didn't sign up, but my life has been changed tremendously. It also has caused me to focus more on doing things for veterans. And I have done a lot of work in my healing practice, that volunteer work for veterans. I also belong to a group called American Soldier Memorial Project, and we do stitcheries for the families of those who were killed in action in Iraq and Afghanistan. And that has allowed me to actually do some of these memorial stitcheries for the families of those in my son Daniel's platoon who were killed in the suicide bombing, and that has helped to attenuate some of my grief.
Yeah, in the YouTube version of this program, and we do video and it's up on YouTube, is that what we're seeing in the background?
Actually, no. That actually was something that was, that's a quilt in the background that was done for my husband's Vietnam veterans group. I actually do have stitcheries that are on a website, pictures of them that I've done specifically for those people. And if you want later, I can give you that link. But this was actually done as a fundraiser for my husband's veterans group that allows them to send some of the veterans to the reunion that otherwise could not afford it. So it was just a beautiful piece, and I won it in an auction. So
we've got about 30 seconds left. How are your son and husband doing at this point?
Well, my husband is doing better, but as he gets older, and this is true for a lot of vets, the PTSD symptoms actually escalate a little bit. So he's having more trouble with that, even though my son is well. My son is still very busy with his family, and he's doing apparently well, but there are still some issues that he needs to explore, including evaluation for traumatic brain injury, because he drove over an IED which exploded underneath him. So.
Well, we wish them certainly the best, and we will check back with Nanette. The book is very vital for families. We Also Serve, a book about our family's experiences during the war in Iraq. The website is wealsoserve.com. Again, you can link onto our website, thisweekinamerica.us, and get all that information. Nanette, as always, thank you for joining us on the program. We look forward to having you back.
Thank you very much.
You're listening to This Week in America and the Blue Funk Broadcasting Radio Network.